Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm R.A. Suffern together with Adam Cohen to bring you today's championship game at the Red Sarachek tournament between the Young Israel Century City Panthers out of Los Angeles, California, and the Ida Crown Jewish Academy Aces out of Chicago, Illinois. Look for Young Israel Century City to control the tempo of the game, with the guys like Nati Zilberstein, Ari Henless, Elliot Kudari, Chaim Katz. These are all guards that like to push the ball up the court. Young Israel, the clear favorite on paper, but you can't take Ida Crown for granted with the talent and their scrappy play that they've shown thus far in the tournament.
Well, historically, Young Israel Century City has won many championships here at the Max Stern Athletic Center at the Red Sarachek tournament, and Ida Crown has never even been to a final. But this is a different Ida Crown team. They've won 18 games in a row this year. They're led by Daniel Alter, Bobby Weiss, and of course, Shlomo Weisberg. So they've got many different weapons. They can come at you many different ways.
Well, it's pandemonium in this gymnasium right now, as there's no seating available. It's standing room only, and it's going to be a great championship game. As the tip is up, Young Israel will be going from right to left in their white home jerseys. Ida Crown from left to right in their away blue jerseys as Young Israel wins the tip. Ida Crown coming out in a man. Shanley gets it down low off the glass and in. And Danny Shanley right where he left off in the semifinal matchup, 2-0 Young Israel.
That's a big play for Shanley because Weiss is bigger than him, and right away he's announcing his presence right there in the middle.
Daniel Alter, 21 points in the semifinals matchup, gets the ball, gives it over to Kirshner, gives it right back to Alter. YICC will be coming out in a man defense as well, as Alter gives it to Bobby Weiss at the top of the key. Alter gets it right back, throws it to Feiger. Zev Feiger, the three-point champion in this tournament, as he won the tournament, the championship before the game. So look for him to make some big shots. Feiger gives it to the left corner, gives it over to Goldman. Goldman gets a screen, goes left corner, down low to Alter. Alter loses possession, saves the ball going out of bounds. Kirshner now gets the pass, goes up, and he draws the foul. And that's going to be the first team foul on YICC. And the foul is going to be on Siegel, his first, team's first. Kirshner now will go to the line with 7:07 left in the first quarter and try to tie this game up.
It's really a game of many weapons for both teams. For the Ida Crown Aces, as Kirshner's getting set for his first free throw and in and out, no good. They've got Bobby Weiss down low, they've got Daniel Alter, of course, and of course, Shlomo Weisberg coming in off the bench was a big presence in the last two games.
As Kirshner, the second free throw is up and good. So it's 2-1 YICC by one, as no full court press, just a tough man-to-man defense by the Aces. Chaim Katz gets the ball, gives it over to Kudari, almost lost it. Kudari down low to Siegel. Siegel goes up, and he's rejected by Goldman. Kirshner comes up with it, and Kirshner pushes it up to Feiger. The Aces coming out very scrappy and aggressive right now as Feiger comes down the court. Kirshner goes tumbling down, but he gets right back up, and Alter will start the offense for the Aces. Weiss gets the ball at the high post. Alter gets it right back, finds it, cutting Goldman up for the layup, and in. 3-2, Ida Crown leads by one. Katz comes all the way down the court to Kudari. Kudari goes baseline now, goes up, rejected by Kirshner, but there'll be a foul as he got too much body, and Kudari will go to the line. And Adam, I feel like every time the Aces score, YICC is going to be right down the court trying to answer.
Well, I agree. I mean, they're certainly trying to push the ball. They're definitely trying to run. On that last score by Goldman, you got to credit Daniel Alter with that one. A less sophisticated player, as the first free throw is good. He was off balance. A less sophisticated player may have tried to go up and force that shot, but he looked for the pass and saw Daniel Goldman cutting, and he was open.
As Kudari sinks both free throws. Kudari's been struggling in this tournament overall, but he had a pretty decent semifinal games, and he's looking to step it up here in the championship as he sinks his first two. 4-3 our score. Alter goes right to the basket, off the front of the rim, rebounded by the rebounding machine, Danny Shanley, who goes all the way down to Eskowitz. Eskowitz goes up for the layup, no good. Rebounded by Zev Feiger. Feiger now is going to push it up for the Aces. Feiger pushes it up, crosses midcourt. He's going to go left. He's going to start up the offense right now and slows it down. Weiss at the high post, can't get the ball, so Alter gets it. Right wing to Goldman at the right corner. Goldman goes now to the wing. Goldman dribbles the ball through his legs, tries to get a screen from Alter at the right baseline. A nice pass down cross court to Feiger. Feiger now goes baseline from the left side, tries to go the reverse down low to Bobby Weiss. The ball stripped by Siegel. He gets it up. Siegel pushes it down, and here comes Shanley the other way. Shanley goes up for the finger roll, the foul, and the bucket, and it's 6-3 YICC, and Shanley has an opportunity to make this a 4-point lead.
Well, that time Daniel Alter made a mistake he should not have made. Shanley is bigger than him and was ahead of him, and he tried to block him from behind, and that was a recipe for disaster. He ends up fouling him, but just not hard enough to prevent the shot from going in. And now Shanley at the line, he's going to have a chance for a three-point play.
Shanley's shot is up and good. 7-3, 5:45 left in the first quarter. YICC right now controlling the boards, and that's been the difference thus far. The Aces bring down the ball with fire. Gives it over to Kirshner, right wing. Great defense by YICC. Man-to-man. Siegel now strips the ball, and it goes off his leg and out of bounds, and it'll be the Aces ball. Great hustle by YICC.
That's a hallmark of YICC defense, or of YICC play, to see a defender right up on his man, even 35 feet from the basket, putting incredible amounts of pressure and forcing turnovers. You said rebounds are the difference? I'm going to say turnovers are really so far the difference in this game, because so far we've had a few fast break points, turnover points after turnovers.
Aces will inbound the ball. Zeph Feiger gets it over to Kirshner. Kirshner left wing back to Feiger. Alter will start the offense from the top of the key. Alter now calling out his play, goes right to Goldman. Goldman goes around, takes a 50-foot jumper, no good, in and out, rebounded by Eskovitz. Eskovitz to Chaim Katz, who pushes it down to Siegel. Siegel crosses court. Right down to Kudari. Shanley gets a pass to Kudari, and Shanley has another bucket. He's got 6 of 7 of the 9, and that's a quick timeout for the Aces as YICC gets off to a 9-3 lead.
Well, Shanling is showing you why he was first team All-Liberty League, because he's able to run the floor, he's able to do a lot, he's able to play against the big man, and he's demonstrating. We haven't really seen this side of him yet this tournament. We haven't seen the dominant side of YICC yet this tournament, but so far early on, they lead 9-3. We are definitely seeing a dominant YICC performance like we're used to seeing in previous years.
The only way you're going to beat a YICC hustling team is by out-hustling them, and it's no easy task, because Alter will bring the ball down for the Aces. Adam Cohen, Aryeh Suffren, bringing you all the action live with the Tier 1 Championship here live at the Max Stern Athletic Center. Alter, right wing, goes right at Eskovitz, takes a floating jumper. He airballs, rebounded by Kudari. Kudari gives it over to Chaim Katz, who's going to push. Katz now jumping down the court. Here he spins around Kirshner, cross court to Eskovitz, thinks about a three, goes right, high post to Kudari. Kudari pumps fakes. No looker to Shanley, who's going to reset the Chaim Katz, and they'll start up the offense. Eskovitz at the left wing now. Eskovitz gets it, trying to get to Shanley, doesn't get it. Kudari spots up wide open for three, way off, and he airballs. Give it rebounded to Alter. Alter pushes it down for the Aces. Alter now going down, bounce pass to Bobby Weiss down low. It's up and in. The lead is now cut to 4 for YICC. 9-5. Young Israel by 4 as Chaim Katz puts it all the way down. Kudari now gets it, a cross-court pass, goes to the basket, draws the foul ball, bounces around, doesn't fall in. He'll go to the line for 2. And just like I was saying, Adam, the second the Aces score, Chaim Katz for YICC just pushes the ball all the way down the court as quickly as possible.
And you see a little bit of the Aces style of play, which is that fast break offense. They run the floor so well. Alter is able to find Bobby Weiss. Look, Bobby Weiss is the big man, but he still finds him in transition.
Kenny Dvorin now checks in the game for Bobby Weiss, as well as Moshe Bitterman, who just checked into the game for Feiger. That was Alter's second foul, and he's still going to stay in the game, which shows you the importance of his presence on the court. 11-5 is Kudari. Hits it, and YICC is now 5 for 5 from the free throw line, and we're midway through the first quarter. As right now, the Aces draw a foul on Siegel, who is trying to strip Moshe Bitterman, as Ari Henless now is going to check into the game for YICC. Ari Henless, who is a huge factor in the game, in the semifinals matchup, and probably the difference maker for why YICC pulled out that tweaker game against Hillel Miami in overtime, and he comes in for Siegel. Bitterman inbounds the ball to Goldman. Goldman gives it to the right wing to Alter. Alter spots up for 3 from way out, no good, he airballs. That's the third airball of the day by both teams combined, and there's 3:55 left in the first quarter.
Well, since that really smart play that Alter made earlier on this quarter, he's taken a few ill-advised shots that he probably shouldn't have. A few shots out of control. That one was a few feet behind the arc. No need to take that shot and try to get your team back in the game. You're not going to score 6 points in one shot.
Chaim Katz gives over to Shanley at the high post. Shanley now gets it over to Kudari. Spots up for 3. Good. Elliot Kudari feeling it right now, and he's got 7 points on the day. 14-5. All YICC right now with 3:30 left in the first. Goldman dribbles to the right post, gives it over to Bitterman at the top of the key. Bitterman brings it out. He'll start the offense. Bitterman gives it over to Kirshner at the left wing. Kirshner's way out there, gets a screen from Alter, and there's going to be an offensive foul on Alter, and I believe that's Alter's third foul, and there's 3:18 left in the first quarter.
And that's a good call, because Alter had his pick set, and when he realized his man was going around him, he took a little step to the left and actually moved his arms to the left to try to block him, and that's a moving pick. Interesting.
Third foul. It's very interesting that Alter was in the game at that point. When you get 2 quick fouls, Most coaches tend to take out their player. He doesn't. Feiger's in coming for Alter now.
And he scored 21 points in the semifinal game, the leading scorer. So now Ida Crown's going to have to rely on other weapons.
Chaim Katz now brings it down low to Kudari. It's up and in. What a great play by Chaim Katz. It's 16-5, and Ida Crown is going to call another timeout. Elliot Kudari, who hasn't been playing superb this tournament, has 9 of the 16 points in the first quarter, and the other points coming from who else than the Rock, Danny Shanley.
And right now, this is a much-needed timeout for Ida Crown, because this game is getting away from them in a hurry. All of a sudden, they just want a do-over right now. We are 5 minutes into this game, and Ida Crown is losing 16-5. And if you're a Howard Braun right now, and you've just been carried off on your players' shoulders the last 2 games, all of a sudden, this is a nightmare scenario. This game is getting out of control. Quickly, let's go down to Eitan on the sidelines.
Yeah, the Ida Crown coach had a lot to say to his team right there. Not a lot of basketball strategy, just urging them on. He said, you're playing like you're scared out there. You're playing like you're scared. He asked them to step up their game and step up the intensity here in the first quarter.
Well, there you go. Let's see if they're different, if that timeout changes anything, as Bitterman gives it over to Kirscher, right wing. Bitterman brings it all the way out, finds Feiger, left wing to Goldman. Goldman now trying to get it down to DeVoren. He can't get it. Feiger gets it right back. Feiger gives it over to Goldman. No one is moving on the Ida Crown offense right now. As Goldman left wing, Feiger thinks about a 3, goes baseline. Great defense by Eskivitz as he forces him all the way around. Feiger now finds Goldman. Goldman goes right to the basket. A pass down low to DeVoren. DeVoren goes up, rejected by Golchi, who checked into the game after the timeout, and he gets called for a foul. And Coach Winnick applauding Golchi because he knows that Golchi got all ball there, and I think you and I know that as well, Adam.
Well, I'm not sure the officials were on it. As they told you before the game, they're not going to miss a call all game long. But that time, Goldman did a great job of getting something going on the offense, as DeVoren getting set for his first free throw and hitting it.
As DeVoren makes the first free throw, so it's now a 10-point lead for YICC with 2:33 left in the first quarter.
Goldman realized the offense is stagnant, so he decides to drive the baseline. He goes all the way around underneath the baseline, and that gets everybody moving. And that creates a little weak side lapse.
16-7 our score as DeVoren makes the second free throw. 2:28 left in the first. Kudari feeling double team right now. Eskivitz, a rainbow 3, no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Goldman. Pushes it up to Feiger. Feiger now is going to push it up. Feiger, he crosses over Eskivitz, goes to the top, he gives it to Bitterman. Bitterman's looking to swing it around, and DeVoren at the high post just can't get position on Golchi. Goldman now gets to the left wing, gets a screen by DeVoren, picks up his dribble, hits Bitterman at the left wing. Bitterman now will bring it out. Bitterman goes 10-foot jumper up and good. And the lead is now down to 7. So the Aces are on a little 4-0 run of their own right now to make it 16-9 with under 2 left in the first.
I don't think there's any question Ida Crown's going to be back in this game at one point. They are playing a very smart brand of basketball now after that second timeout.
Eskivitz swings it around as Ida Crown's defense changes from a man to a zone. Chaim Katz now throws it away. The ball turned over. Bitterman comes up with it. Bitterman's going to push it for the Aces. Bitterman crosses midcourt. He crosses over Chaim Katz, and he's going to slow it down with 1:33 left in the first. So the Ida Crown zone defense making a difference right now with 1:28 left. Kirscher gives it right back to Bitterman. Bitterman spins around Chaim Katz, down low to Goldman, and he throws it out of bounds right into the YICC bench. And the ball will go the other way as we have another substitution for the Aces as Shlomo Weisberg now checks in the game for Kenny DeVoren, and look for Shlomo Weisberg to move her a little bit more around on the high post because DeVoren is just standing stagnant right now.
Yeah, and he's a little more athletic too. He had 16 points in the semifinal game, and of course the 2 clutch free throws in the quarterfinal game. But right now that last play, Ida Crown.
Meanwhile, the other way back, Ari Henless for 3 from the left corner. The lead is now 10, 19-9. And Ari Henless is off to a quick start. Goldman the other way, misses the layup, rebounded by the Aces. It's up and no good, and he gets his own rebound. Shlomo Weisberg misses again, ball tipped around, and there's going to be a loose ball foul on Goldman of the Aces. The ball's going to go all the way the other way, and Ari Henless just has this knack of making 3 big 3-point shots that just when you feel like you're getting back into the game, he lets your team think otherwise.
And he does a lot. He lifts his team up, and he makes his opponent feel a little overwhelmed. Because now it's a 10-point game again.
A substitution, Jeffrey Kirchner checks in for his twin brother, Jason Kirchner. So if they're both in the game, we may have some trouble deciphering who's who. as Chaim Katz gives it over to Eskowitz. Right wing gives it to Shanling. Shanling, right post back to Eskowitz, swings it all the way around. Finds Ari Hemlis, left corner for three. No good. Rebounded by Feiger. Feiger's going to push it up for the Aces. Feiger now crosses midcourt, goes by Ari Hemlis. Feiger goes all the way coast to coast, will slow it down, brings it out, spots up for three now, three-point champion, good. 19-12, under 30 seconds left, and Yick pushes it all the way down. Eskowitz now at the high post, gives it over to Hemlis. Hemlis trying to get down to Golchi, swings it around to Eskowitz. 15 left in the first, 19-12, Yick by 7. Hemlis swings it around. Chaim Katz, right corner, goes around Eskowitz, all the way around they go. Ari Hemlis feeling the double team. Shanley left corner, 5 seconds left. Eskowitz spots up for three, gives it over to Chaim Katz, right corner for three, no good. Rebounded by Eskowitz, good if it goes, and then out. Would that have been big? And I promise you that ball went all the way in and decided to come all the way out. This gust of wind came out of nowhere and just blew that ball out, Adam.
That one was more than halfway down.
Definitely, and if Ida Crown looks to get back into this game, they got to be consistent with their play. And we're right now going to send it to our sideline reporter, Eitan Betnarz. Eitan?
On the Yick side, the coaches urge, obviously, they're very satisfied with the way they've come and opened the first quarter. One thing they were a little worried about was to make sure that they stayed with their man. They were specifically worried about Zev Feiger getting hot from the outside. That time he got open. He urged his man to stay with him, not to give him any room on the outside. For the offensive end on Ida Crown, they stress the high post. They think in the defense that Yick is throwing at them, the high post is their weak spot. They're going to look to throw it at the high post and move their offense from there.
The Aces bring out the ball now. 7:55 left in the second quarter as we're just underway. And Bitterman gets the ball. Yick still on man defense as Nati Zilberstein checks into the game for Yick, as well as number 32, I believe, is Nuri, as the ball, a three-point shot attempt is up and no good. Bitterman hustles for the rebound, gets it, and he's being trapped right now. Nice pass to Kirshner, and it's up and good. A nice baseline pass. Jeffrey Kirshner gets the layup. It's 19-14.
And that was a difficult layup to make. Scoop, underhanded layup from the left side with a lot of English.
Golchi now gets the ball. He's down low because Ari Hemlis wide open for three and no good. Rebounded by Weisberg, but Nuri steals the ball. He's hustling. The ball's being bounced everywhere, and there's going to be a pushing foul on the Ida Crown Aces, and the fans are not happy about that, and that foul is going to be on Zev Feiger. 19-14 to play as Kudari now checks back into the game for Golchi. Nati Zilberstein inbounds the ball, gives it over to Hemlis. Hemlis 1 for 3 from behind the arc right now as Kudari swings it around to Zilberstein. Zilberstein gives it over to Nuri, who finds Zilberstein. Back to Nuri at the top of the key. Nuri high post to Danny Shanley. Shanley swings it around. Zilberstein wide open for three, good. Nati Zilberstein will lead us up to 8 for Yick, 22-14.
Well, Ida Crown has to figure something out. They're always leaving a man wide open on the perimeter, and obviously they're trying to stop the inside game, and they're going to give the outside shot. But Yick has a lot of good outside shooters in the game right now.
Feiger has the ball as Weisman is going to be at the high post. Feiger goes to Kirshner at the left wing, gives it back to Feiger, who gets the screen, goes baseline. Feiger now swings it all the way around to Goldman. Goldman, a no-look pass to Weisman, draws the foul, will go to the line for two. That foul is going to be on the big man, Danny Shanley, and Weisman now will go to the line for 2 free throws at the charity stripe. With 6:34 left in the half, you can cut this lead to 6. That could be big for your team.
And again, the rotation there, man drives down the baseline, finds someone on the elbow, who finds someone on the left low block. That's exactly how you, as the first free throw is no good, that's exactly how you make something happen on offense, how Ida Crown's game has to be. As we know that Weisberg, despite hitting 2 clutch free throws in the quarterfinal game, told us he's not a phenomenal free throw shooter. He misses both here.
As he misses both free throws, Shanley gets the rebound and gives it over to Zilberstein. Zilberstein crosses midcourt, goes to his right, finds Kudari, but Kudari mishandles a pass, and that's been a problem for Kudari throughout the tournament. And you know, he's just not handling the ball as well as they say that he does during the year. I don't follow him all year, but he's still having a big game thus far. With 6:21 left, Goldman gives it over to Feiger. Feiger goes baseline to the right. He spots up 3 from the right corner, no good. An ill-advised shot, rebounded by Ari Hemlis. Hemlis puts it up to Zilberstein. Zilberstein crosses midcourt, dribbles ball through his leg, goes left, now finds Nuri. Nuri back to Zilberstein. Zilberstein right back to Nuri at the left wing, gives it right back to Zilberstein. Zilberstein looks left and gives it right back to Nuri. Back and forth they go as the Aces come out of 1-3-1 defense. Kirshner gets the steal, and Kirshner will push it up for the Aces. Great defensive stance. Meanwhile, the other way, Bitterman's going to spin around baseline. He spots up off the glass, way off, rebounded by Kudari. Kudari's going to push it up as Zilberstein goes to Henless. Henless thinks about a three, goes baseline, a cross-court pass to Nuri, wide open for three, no good. Rebounded by Feiger, and the Aces will push it down. Back and forth we go in this up-tempo battle as Feiger goes to the left post, finds Goldman. Goldman will slow it down, and the Aces will reset their offense.
Well, the Aces definitely have to get something going. The last two possessions, they took very quick shots that were not even good looks.
As Feiger gets the ball and gets the screen from Kirshner, Feiger now slows it down. 22-14, 5:15 left in the half in favor of Young Gizwell Century City as Bitterman dribbles to his right, gives it down to Jeffrey Kirshner. Kirshner now to the top of the key to Feiger. Feiger dribbles left, no one's getting to the high post. Kirshner now swings to the right, gives it to Bitterman. Bitterman gets a screen. Bitterman goes around, gets another screen. He goes to the right baseline, thinks about a layup, can't get the foul call, swings it out to Feiger. Feiger now goes inside, spins around his defender, gives it right back to Bitterman, and the Aces will start all the way over.
This is great. Don't force a shot. Wait for the good one. There's no shot clock, no need.
Weisberg now gives it over to Goldman. Goldman spots up for three. Good! Patience pays off, and the lead is cut down to 5. The Aces trail 22-17, 4:32 left in the half.
And they earned those 3 points.
Zilberstein to Nuri at the right wing, finds Kudari. Kudari now at the right corner, he's getting double teamed. Kudari dribbles out of it, goes baseline, the layup is up and in. Just like that, and Kudari has 11. It's 24-17, YICC by 7.
Well, they defended the passing lane. It was double teamed. They both defended passing lanes, and they forgot that he still had a dribble. He could drive in.
High post now, it goes to Weisberg. Weisberg spins around. He's trying to get it to someone. Gives it over to Feiger for three, good. And he responds at the second three-point shot of the game. And just like that, it's right back to 4, 24-20 with 3:54 left in the half. Ida Crown coming all the way back from 11 right now and putting together a little run of their own as Kudari has him in the right corner. Kudari now dribbles into triple team, and there's going to be a jump ball called as Jeffrey Kirshner strips the ball and fights it with Kudari. The possession arrow will favor YICC, and a bunch of substitutions as Katz, Eskovitz, and Abutbol comes in now for Hendless, Nuri, and Zilberstein. And for the Aces, another substitution as number 3, Sam Bernstein will check in the game, and Jason Kirshner will check into the game.
And now there's confusion in Ida Crown. They're not sure how to defend it.
So Jason Kirshner comes in for his brother. There's a bunch of confusion.
Well, they had 6 men on the court.
The 5 players on the court now is Bernstein, Bitterman, Feiger, Goldman, and Weisberg. As Eskovitz off the inbound pass for 3, in and out. That's the second time today it's gone in and out. 24-20, the Aces will push it up. Feiger crosses midcourt, and he's going to slow it down. Feiger goes to the right wing, gives it over to Bernstein. Bernstein now dribbles left, almost loses it to Abutbol. Gets a screen, gives it over to Feiger. Feiger back to Bernstein. Bernstein swings it around, and Feiger will start the offense. Feiger doing a great job running this offense with Alter on the bench with 3 fouls. He picked up those 3 fouls early on in the first quarter, and the Aces just hanging in there right now with 3:13 left. Goldman gets the ball. Goldman swings it around, goes up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Shanley. Shanley will push it up to Chaim Katz. Katz all the way down court to Kudari. Kudari thinks about a 3, goes now over Weisberg, goes up. No, he doesn't get the layup. May have got away with steps, but not the second time around as Eli Kudari shuffled his feet, and the Aces will regain the ball.
Yeah, he definitely questioned there with the jump stop and then changes pivot foot. The Aces have to understand something. Every time they use the dribble drive penetration in order to create a shot for themselves, if they take the shot off the dribble drive penetration, they're off balance, and usually there's a big man with a hand in their face. They need to use the dribble drive penetration in order to draw a crowd to the middle and then open someone else either on the perimeter or on the opposite block or somewhere on the weak side and use that to set up a pass.
As Bobby Weiss checks into the game for the Aces, he gives it over to Bitterman. Bitterman gets a nice cut, shoots, and nails the shot. It's going to be 24-22. The basket's good, but there's going to be a foul on Bobby Weiss for pushing Danny Shanley as the shot was up. So the shot's good, and that foul will result in their 17th foul, which means a 1-and-1, and Danny Shanley will come all the way down the court and take his free throws.
Yeah, it was clear the way Ida Crown was playing that they were going to come back in this game. When they are playing their game, they can play now with this YICC team. They can probably beat the YICC team when they play their game. But they have to stay in their own game, as a first free throw is good. When they force the issue, when they take quick shots, that's when they fall behind. When they don't play hustle defense, that's when they fall behind.
Danny Shanley, second free throw attempts up and no good. So YICC right now 6 for 7 as a team from the line, shooting very well as Feiger pushes it up. Feiger now goes all the way down, spots up for 3, good! Feiger is lights out right now, and it's all tied at 25. Eskimets the other way, misses the layup. Kudari gets the rebound. Kudari, quadruple team rejected, but there's gonna be a foul. And very interesting call. I don't know if I would have made that call, but Kudari definitely earned his way to the free throw line.
Well, he was in triple coverage, had 3 men around him, and it was the man from behind, Weisberg, who's called for the foul.
We'd like to remind everyone to please email us your feedback at feedback@maxlive.com. Good, bad, positive, shout-outs, we want to hear it all. It's 26-25 as Kudari sinks the free throw. So YICC right now 7 for 8 from the free throw line, and Kudari hits the next one. And Elliot Kudari with 11 first half points, still 2 minutes left, and the lead is now 2 for YICC, 27-25. Bitterman will set up the offense. Bitterman is going to start up the offense, and they're going to hold really slow. We're under 2 left. Bobby Weiss has the ball at the right wing. Weiss now, he's just going to hold it and hold it and hold it. Weiss swings it around to Weisberg. Weisberg to left wing to Bernstein. Bernstein's going to dribble by a boot ball. Bernstein's going to go to the basket. Before the shot, there's going to be a foul on a boot ball for reaching in. And the Aces will inbound the ball now from the far left side. A beautiful crowd on hand. If you're just joining us, YICC came out to a 16-5 lead, and the Atacron Aces have made this a 2-point game since then as Ari Henless checks into the game for Eskivitz. And the inbound pass for Feiger gives it over to Bobby Weiss. Bobby Weiss swings it all around to Bitterman. Bitterman, Feiger, right corner, thinks about a 3, doesn't get it, doesn't shoot it. Now spots up for a jumper, no good, rebounded by a boot ball. And before the shot, there's going to be a foul on Danny Shanley, I believe. And that's for backing in, as verbatim what the ref said. So not a legal box out. That's the team's 6th foul. That's Shanley's 2nd. Shanley has to come out of the game right now, as Golchi will come in, and Golchi now will take on the incredible task of covering Bobby Weiss.
And that's a smart move by Coach Winnick, taking him out of the game for the last minute 34.
Meanwhile, Weiss off the inbound, gets a pass from Feiger and will go to the line for 2. And that foul is going to be on Golchi. So in the last 3 times the Aces have taken the ball to the basket, they've drawn fouls, and there's nothing more you could ask for. I mean, that's execution. Bobby Weiss's free throw attempt now. Right now the difference is free throws, as Bobby Weiss' free throw attempt is up and good. 27-26 our score.
At halftime, we're going to have in the booth the Max head coach, Dr. Jonathan Halpert, head coach of the Yeshiva Maccabees. We're going to talk a little bit about who Red Sarachek was, so please stay tuned to listen to that.
As the next free throw attempt up and good, so Bobby Weiss ties this game up at 27. Chaim Katz goes to Kudari. Kudari gets it over to Henless. Henless left wing to a boot ball right back to Henless. The ball gets stripped, but Henless picks it up. Henless, top of the key to Golchi. Golchi swings it around to Katz. Katz now swings all the way to Henless, down low to Golchi. Golchi gets the ball, thinks about a layup, dribbles, goes up for the hook. He draws the foul. Golchi's going to go to the charity stripe for 2. So from one free throw line all the way to the other, YICC will now shoot. YICC shooting 7 for 8 from the, 8 for 9 from the free throw line today, and Golchi's going to look to increase this lead to 1, maybe even 2, with 1:13 left in the half. 27-27. Adam Cohen, Aryeh Sutton bringing you the Tier 1 National Championship game here at the Red Sarachek tournament, as Golchi misses the first free throw.
Well, on that play, he drew the foul because 3 Aces all left their feet when they should have just stood their ground and kept their arms up.
The second free throw attempt by Golchi is up and no good, rebounded by Weisberg.
That's a great rebound. He flew across to take that away.
Weisberg gives it over to Bitterman. Bitterman will set up the offense. 1 minute left in the half, 27-27 our score here, as a little clapping beat by the Ida Crown Aces fans trying to get their team pumped up. 55 seconds left as Bobby Weiss now gets the ball. Weiss dribbles left, and there's going to be a foul before his dribble, and that foul's on Golchi. So the big men for YICC are getting into foul trouble right now, as Coach Winnick is furious at his player right now. That is not the foul you need to give up, as Bobby Weiss will go to the line and the Aces will look to take their first lead of the game.
Well, we have a moment here as YICC goes to the line. Just want to read a few emails. We want to remind you to email us at feedback@maxlive.com. That's feedback@maxlive.com. We're glad to see that Sam Gold is listening all the way from Jerusalem. He's rooting for the Aces.
As Bobby Weiss's third free throw attempt of the day is up, off the rim and in. And the Ida Crown Aces are enjoying their first lead of the day, 28-27. Since they were trailing 16-5, they're on a 23-11 run here, having a superb second quarter. As Bobby's next free throw attempt, he squares up, he shoots, is good. 29-27, the Aces by 2, as DeVoren now is going to check into the game for Bobby Weiss. Bobby Weiss now has 6 points. Chaim Katz gets the inbound pass. He's going to push it down the court. Chaim Katz crosses midcourt, 45 seconds left in the hat. Katz moves around to Henless. Henless high post to Dolce, goes to Kudari. Kudari goes baseline, up off the glass, no good. Rebounded to Weisberg. Weisberg's going to push it down for Feiger. Feiger now crossing midcourt, spins around his defender, and he'll reset with 30 seconds left. It might be wise to hold for one.
If Ida Crown can go into the locker room now with a lead at halftime after trailing 16-5, that's a very nice accomplishment. I would not push this here.
Bernstein goes up to Weisberg. He's rejected, and there's going to be a foul on Kudari. Weisberg will go to the line for 2, and the Ida Crown Aces are making a habit of getting themselves to the free throw line right now.
Well, now all they have to do is make their free throws.
18 seconds left in the half, 29-27. Ida Crown, the number 4 seed out of Chicago, Illinois, as Weisberg misses the first free throw. Facing on Young Israel of Century City, the number 3 seed out of Los Angeles, California. We'd like to remind everyone, please email us your feedback at feedback@maxlive.com. This is the last game of this tournament. Tier 3 championship went to Columbus, Ohio. The Tier 2 championship went to Rambam out of Baltimore. And now they're fighting for the Tier 3 championship as Ida Crown misses the free throw. They get the rebound, miss the putback. Kudari got the rebound. There's a loose ball foul on DeVoren. So with 13 seconds left, Elliot Kudari and the rest of the YICC team will walk all the way down court. And they'll now have a chance to tie this game up from the charity stripe.
And that's why I think that if I was Ida Crown, I probably would not have forced the issue. I probably would have held for one before. Because you send the guy to the line who doesn't hit a lot of free throws. He told us himself that he shot 38% for the year from the line as the first free throw was good. So now it's a 1-point game. So instead of holding onto the ball and going to the locker room leading by 2 points, you have a chance to go into the locker room tied. And I just think that for morale, it would have been better had they held the ball.
Kudari sinks both free throws, 29-29. Kudari with 15, 12 seconds left. Bitterman's going to push it up for the Aces. 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left. Feiger gets a screen, 5 seconds, spots up for 3, no good. Rebounded by Bitterman. Bitterman goes up, he misses the layup, and the ball is going to be jumped around. And as time expires, we're exactly where we left off when we started the game. We're at a tie, 29-29.
All right, let's go back now as the teams have taken the court, and we're ready now. We're ready now for the second half of play, Aryeh?
Adam Cohen, Aryeh Sufrin bringing you the second half action right now as Bitterman gets the ball for the Aces. Bitterman dribbles it for the Aces. He gives it over to Goldman, left wing, high post, throws it away as Weisberg makes a nice save. Weisberg gives it up to Bobby Weiss. Bobby Weiss now finds Zev Feiger as YICC coming out with their starting 5. And Young Israel and the Aces coming out with their starting 4 except for Bitterman as a nice pass to Bobby Weiss, who missed a wide open layup. And Chaim Katz will push it down for YICC. Chaim Katz gets the ball, spots up, gives over to Eskovitz, spots up for 3, right wing, good. And Eskovitz gives the lead to 3 for the YICC Panthers, 32-29. And there's going to be a foul on Bobby Weiss, who elbowed a YICC player while the shot was up, and that's the second time he's done that. But anyways, off the inbound pass, the YICC gets the ball. Siegel now has it. He brings it out, gives over to Eskovitz. Eskovitz dribbles it to the left, finds Chaim Katz at the top of the key, and Chaim Katz will start off the offense for the YICC Panthers. 32-29 our score as Chaim Katz dribbles to his left, gives it over to the high post to Kudari off the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Weisberg, who's going to push it up. Bitterman now crosses midcourt for the Aces. Bitterman top of the key to the right, and he's going to start it up. YICC still in their man defense, the way they do it so well. As 6:45 left, still no Daniel Alter for the Aces as Bobby Weiss gives it over to Weisberg at the top of the key. Weisberg to the right wing to Feiger. Feiger dribbles to his left now, trying to get a screen, and he's going to bring it out, and he'll start up the offense. 6:34 left in the third quarter. 32-29, Aces trail by 3. As Goldman now goes to the basket, goes up, off the glass, and in. A nice shot by Goldman.
That's now 7 points for Goldman. He's proving to step up now that Alter's out.
32-31 as Chaim Katz has it. Gives over to Siegel. A cross-court pass to Kudari. Layup's no good. Kudari missed a wide-open layup at its 6:08, and the Aces look to convert off that mistake.
And it was Goldman who made him alter his shot.
Goldman, left wing, spins around. Siegel goes up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Eskevitz.
That time, maybe should have passed the ball instead of spun around, take that shot.
Meanwhile, Eskevitz down low, Kudari. Chaim Katz gives over to Shanley, wide open from the free throw line. Good. A nice unselfish pass by Chaim Katz as YICC makes the lead 34-31 now.
It seems like every time Ida Crown is in this game, they get complacent. That time there was just no defense at all. Where was the hustle? Where was that energy that Coach Braun wants them to have?
Feiger gives it over to Bitterman. Bitterman, a long jumper, no good. Rebounded by Chaim Katz. And there's going to be a loose ball foul on Bitterman as he jumped over the back of Chaim Katz. 5:27 left in the third in today's championship game between the Ida Crown Aces and Young Eagles of Century City. If you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game thus far. 34-31 our score as Chaim Katz will bring the ball down. We'd like to remind everyone, please email us your feedback at feedback@maxlive.com as Eskevitz has the ball, gives it over to Katz. Katz, left wing, finds Eskevitz. Eskevitz cross court to Siegel, swings it around to Kudari, 18-foot jumper, air ball, rebounded by Shanley, and a loose ball foul on Feiger as he pushed Shanley while he was in the air getting the rebound. That's Feiger's second foul on the night. 5:05 left. Katz inbounds the ball, gives it over to Eskevitz. Eskevitz dribbles to his left, goes right to the basket, floats it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Goldman. Goldman swings it around to Feiger. Feiger now passes midcourt, and he gets a screen from Weiss. Feiger will slow it up and reset it. Gives it over to Bitterman. Bitterman dribbles to the left, gives it over to Goldman. Goldman goes right at the basket, off the glass, draws the foul. Goldman will go to the line for 2, and the foul is going to be on number 3, Chaim Katz. That's his first foul, and that's going to be the team's first foul. 4:48 left, a pretty quick third quarter, 34-31. Goldman's first free throw's up and no good. So the Ida Crown needs to start hitting their free throws as Ari Henless is going to check into the game for Eskevitz.
And this means they're going to be looking to move the ball inside just so that they can find a man open on the perimeter, and they're going to try to get the ball to Henless, who's their sharpshooter.
The next free throw's up and no good. There's going to be a loose ball foul on Bobby Weiss. Bobby Weiss right now getting called for foul after foul, and he needs to maintain his cool because he could be an X factor in giving YICC 3 points with a technical foul, as Devorn is going to check into the game for Bobby Weiss. As Yoni Labau, though, out of Jerusalem, sent us an email saying he's getting ready to pop open a bottle of champagne. Go Aces. Yoni, I hope you're over 21. And Dr. Kahan, the assistant principal of ICGA, said we have our gym full of students. Some are ditching class, rooting the team on. Go Aces. I wouldn't call it ditching class. I'd just call it a little bit of some school spirit. No, Adam?
I call it an extracurricular activity.
Meanwhile, a foul the other way down the court by the Aces, so Siegel will inbound the ball, gives it over to Chaim Katz, and Katz will start up the offense. 34-31, 4:33 left in the championship game, as Siegel gives it over to Katz, left wing. Katz dribbles it over to Henless. Henless gives it over to Kudari, wide open, 5-foot jumper, no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Weisberger, gives it over to Feiger. Feiger will cross midcourt. Still no alter here in the third quarter. It looks like they're saving him for the fourth. But since he's in foul trouble, as Goldman dribbles to his right, spins around his defender, goes over the double team, off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, the follow-up's up, no good, gets his own rebound, ball's out of bounds, it'll remain Ida Crown ball.
You know, Goldman hit one of those earlier, and since then he's been trying them a few times in a row, and he has to really get some more people involved.
Bitterman gets the inbound pass, finds Feiger left corner, thinks about a 3, but now goes baseline, goes right into Shanley. And Danny Shanley, who does everything the way a coach wants you to do, just took a charge, and that's going to be Feiger's third foul. Great help defense by Danny Shanley.
And Ida Crown was scoring before when they drove the baseline and circled all the way around. That time, Danny Shanley didn't give him the baseline, stood in his way, and took the charge. They're trying to cut off their avenue.
Chaim Katz, right wing, Shanling's long jumper, no good. That's his first miss of the day. He's 4 for 4 from the field, well now 4 for 5. As Feiger's gonna push it down. Feiger goes all the way down, gives it over to Weisberg. Weisberg, top of the key, spots up for a jumper, go, in and out. Rebounded by Bitterman. Bitterman now gets the ball, get a nice pass down low to Weisberg, up for the layup, no good. And the ball, everyone fighting for it. Chaim Katz finds a loose ball. Chaim Katz is gonna push it down court, and the ball is intercepted by Feiger, and a loose ball foul on Ari Hendlis as Feiger intercepted Chaim Katz's pass. As Alter now is going to finally check into the game after getting in early foul trouble. He comes in for Feiger, who also has 3 fouls, and Jason Kirshner is going to check in for Bitterman now. So some starters returning for the Aces. Alter has not been in the game since the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Just to give you an idea of how rusty he might be, it'll be interesting to see what he does. As Kirshner now has it left wing, trying to give it over to Goldman down low. He can't do it. Kirshner dribbles to his right, gives Kirshner now setting up the offense. There's going to be an offensive foul on Weisberg, who had an illegal screen on Ari Hendlis. So the Aces, another costly turnover, as Bernstein now is going to check into the game for Goldman. 3:04 left, 34-31. Adam Cohen, Aryeh Suffern bringing you all the action live here at the Max Stern Athletic Center in the championship Tier 1 game. Chaim Katz gives it over to Ari Hendlis. Hendlis mishandles the pass. The ball goes out of bounds, and the Aces get it right back.
Weisberg right now is the #1 rebounder for Ida Crown. They need him to stay in this game. Although that time it definitely was a moving pick.
Right there, Bernstein now draws a foul on Siegel as Nazi, Zilberstein, and Eskovitz are going to check into the game. They come in for Chaim Katz and Siegel. So Katz and Siegel comes out, and Coach Winnick has some wise words for Chaim Katz, who just threw 2 turnovers in as many possessions, as Weisberg will inbound the ball for the Aces. Alter gets the pass. Alter gets the screen, goes right to the basket, up and off the glass, and Alter has done something that I think is a 1 in a million chance. The ball got stuck from the rim of the backboard as Danny Shanley gets up and hits the ball out.
And then to add insult to injury, he tried to jump and free it and couldn't. So Danny Shanley came over, and in one jump, he was able to clear it. Little morale boost for YICC.
34-31, Eskovitz has it, gives over to Kudari, right wing. Shanley now goes baseline. He doesn't draw the foul, even though he got hammered, and now he draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2, and Danny Shanley is just a beast. And not to be biased, but one of my favorite players I've seen in this tournament thus far. The kid plays with so much heart, and he plays with so much confidence. It's just a wonderful thing to see. That's the 8th team foul on the Aces. So from here on out, YICC will be going to the free throw line as Shanley's first free throw is up and no good.
One of the first things I noticed about him at the beginning of this tournament was that even though, he's a pretty thin guy, he doesn't have a whole lot of muscle on him, but he's able to play very strong along with the biggest men in this tournament.
As the next free throw is up and good. So the lead is now 4 for the YICC Panthers. 35-31. 2:30 left in the third quarter. Aces trail by 4. Shanley has 11 now. Gives it over to Bernstein. Bernstein goes baseline on Eskovitz, and he gets called for traveling. Great defense by Eskovitz and the YICC Panthers. So YICC momentum starting to shift a little as the referee now blows the whistle. As he blows the whistle, he goes and has some words for the coach. I guess it's a warning. We have Eitan Bednarz. Eitan, what did the referee tell the coach?
The referee just gave Coach Braun a final warning before issuing him a technical foul. He said that's the last complaint he's going to hear from him on the sideline. The next complaint from Coach Braun will result in a technical.
So the ref giving Coach Braun the warning that he needs to hear as Zilberstein gives over to Eskovitz. Eskovitz now cross court to Hendlis. Hendlis pumps face, goes to the basket. He's rejected by Weisberg. Weisberg will push it up for the Aces. Finds Jeffrey Kirshner, who finds Alter. Alter now is at the top of the key. Alter being covered by Hendlis as the YICC stay in a man defense. Alter goes to the basket. There's a blocking foul on Ari Hendlis as he didn't get his feet set. So that's the 14th foul on the YICC Panthers with 1:57 left in the third. And Hendlis using a little bit too much shoulder right there as Alter will inbound the ball for the Aces. Alter just trying to find his rhythm right now, and he can't seem to be doing that as Alter inbounds the ball. He's trying to find someone to give it to. He's got to get rid of it. He throws it in, gives it over to Cutting Kirshner, goes up off the glass. It's up and in. 35-33. Aces trail by 2 as Zilberstein will push it up the other way.
That's Ida Crown's game. The pass.
And a turnover now by the Aces. By the YICC as Bernstein now goes down the court. Ari Henless tries to take a charge and gets called for a blocking foul. So that's his second foul in as many possessions and the 15th foul, and the Aces will inbound the ball.
Most teams like to play from ahead or in a tie score, but they seem to thrive when they're playing from behind. And now they have to somehow let that translate and play with that same intensity when the game is close, when it's tied, or when they have the lead.
Bernstein now, Kirshner gets the ball, gives it over to Weisberg. Weisberg top of the key to Bernstein. Bernstein dribbles to his left, trying to set something up, gives it to Alter. Gives Alter a screen right. Now Alter gets another screen. High post jump for the free throw line, bounces up and in. And it's 35-35 as Shanley inbounds the ball. Alter has his first bucket of the game.
And if Daniel Alter can get heated up, that would be a huge boost for Ida Crown.
Shanley now gets the ball and draws a foul on Kirshner as he dribbled through the double team. That's the 19th foul. Shanley will go to the line for 2. And YICC has really been taking advantage thus far of the free throw opportunities, as Bootball now is going to check into the game for Ari Henless. So Henless not having his best performance on that outing on the court, and that's not like him characteristically, as he's been playing well this whole tournament. Shanley's first free throw attempt is up and good. 36-35, YICC up by 1.
It's a very complete player, Aryeh.
The kid can play D, the kid can board, the kid can steal, the kid can block, and he can hit free throws. As his second free throw up is no good, rebounded by Alter. Alter now is going to push it down. A bounce cross-court pass to Bernstein, goes up for the layup, rejected by the rim. As Stanley Shanley gets the rebound, there's a foul on Devorin as Shanley goes flying to the ground, and Shanley now will go to the free throw line again.
He actually has a small cut on his knee, so he's probably going to have that looked at before we continue.
We're now going to send it down to Eitan Betnarsh, who has an update on Danny Shanley's cut on his knee, which shows some blood. Eitan?
Yeah, Danny had some blood on his knee there. Not a bad cut, but a little blood. He tried to stay in the game. Referee said they wiped it off, but the blood was still coming out just a little bit, nothing to worry about. They're now going to clean it up. The trainer, the ref wanted them to call a timeout to keep Danny in the game. They declined to call the timeout, so he's going to take a seat for a little bit.
So Danny Shanley will come out of the game. Ari Henless will shoot his free throws. Why substitution by Coach Winnick? If you're going to substitute Shanley and he's going to the free throw line, you might as well put Winnick in there. Might as well put Henless in there and get your best free throw shooter out there. As Danny Shanley will make his way to the locker room so he can get bandaged up right now so they can wipe off that blood. Not a serious cut at all. He should be back in no time at all. As Ari Henless will take his second free throw. 37-35 if you're just joining us. Ida Crown Aces trail by 2 to the Young Israel Century City out of Los Angeles as Henless makes the next free throw. The lead is now 3 for the Panthers.
And smart now as Coach Dave Winnick is going to call for time, and he doesn't want to continue with Danny Shanley in the trainer's room. So he's going to wait and try to kill some time here, waste a little time, let Danny Shanley come back, and don't let Ida Crown take advantage of this. Right now it's a 3-point game, 38-35. The Young Israel Century City leads by 3 with 58.5 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Golchi now will check into the game for YICC, so he'll replace Danny Shanley. Golchi, the big guy who usually replaces him, as Kirshner inbounds the ball to Bernstein. 38-35 our score. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Aces need a bucket as Alter has it at the left wing. Spots up for 3. Good! Alter hits a big three-point shot in the face of Eskovitz as Eskovitz comes the other way now. 38-38. Ball stolen by Weisberg. Down court to Alter. Alter goes right at Zilberstein. Up for the layup. No good. Ball's tipped around, and it's going to be rebounded. It's going to be a loose ball foul. The foul's going to be on Weiss, and Eskovitz will go to the line. A big foul on Weiss right there.
And now reverse everything I said, because Danny Shanley has come back from the trainer's room, and now Bobby Weiss with his 4th foul, he's going to be the one who's going to have to leave the game. And suddenly, it's going to be Ida Crown who has to play without their big post presence.
Very interesting turn of events. So Bobby Weiss not having the best game, as if I'm concerned, or if a coach is concerned, or if he's concerned, just making some mental mistakes with a few elbows, with loose ball fouls, with offensive fouls, and he's got to come out of the game again. He just looks very frustrated. Devorin now can come in the game, but Alter comes up with a big three-point shot as Eskovitz missed the first free throw. The second free throw attempt by Eskovitz is up and good. 39-38, 32 left. The Aces are going to push it up the court. Look for the Aces to hold for 1 right here. as Bernstein gets it. 24 seconds, Alter now. Alter goes baseline, goes at the basket, scoops it up, misses, rebounded by Zilberstein. Zilberstein pushes up, the ball stripped, and it's going to go out of bounds off of the fingertips of Alter, and YICC will get the ball back. 16 seconds left, 39-38. YICC going to hold for one before the end of the third quarter. 14 seconds left. Zilberstein will push it up. 12 seconds left. 39-38 our score. 9 seconds. Zilberstein right wing. Give it over to Golchi. High post. Swing around. Eskivitz for three. Good! What a three-point shot! Weisberg will come the other way. A half-court shot. Good if it goes. No good off the glass. And Eskivitz made a three-point shot with 6 seconds left in the quarter. Maybe a little bit too early. He took it from about 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line, but it was nothing but net, and it's a 42-38 lead. Going back to the semifinals match, Ari Henless made a three-point shot at the end of the third going into the fourth as time expired, which increased their lead, and that turned out to be a huge shot as the game went into overtime. If he doesn't make that shot, then, you know, we may not be in overtime. Hillel and Miami might be in this game, and now Eskivitz comes out and he makes this big shot to increase the lead from 1-4, and 1-4 is a big, big lead when you're going into the fourth quarter of play with 8 minutes left in the national championship on the line. Meanwhile, Goldman down low, a great pass to Dvorin, who puts it in. The lead is now cut down to 2. Dvorin has 6. 42-40, Katz comes the other way, gives it over to Siegel. Siegel trying to get it down low, can't do it, gives it back to Katz. And Shanley is back in the game as Katz will set it up. Ida Crown Aces right now in a 1-3-1 defensive stance as Chaim Katz swings it around to Eskivitz. Eskivitz high post Kadari. Shanley comes in, goes baseline, the reverse, up and in. Danny Shanley makes it, and just like that, he gets his name back into this highlight reel. 14 points for Danny Shanley. 44-40. Goldman dribbles to his right, cross-court pass, Feiger, pumps fakes, goes to the basket, will reset it, gets a screen, now goes to the basket, a bounce pass to Goldman, he'll go to the line for 2, as the foul is going to be on number 23, Elliot Kudari.
Well, give Goldman credit, he's not afraid to take a hit. He puts himself in harm's way every time he cuts into the lane like that. That time, took a pass right on the low block and took it hard to the hoop, and he was fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. As the foul's on Shanling, that's actually his 3rd foul. That's not so bad at this stage of the game, as the first free throw is good. With 7:09 to go here in regulation.
Ida Crown just hanging in there by their last thread, and the lead is now 2 for the Panthers. Ida Crown needs to put together a run right here as Siegel gets the ball, gives it over to Shanley. Shanley thinks about a shot, but wisely doesn't take it. Eskivitz brings it out, gives over to Chaim Katz. Katz back to Eskivitz, no looker to high post. Kudari swings around. Katz for 3, no good. Rebounded by Katz. Katz now will reset and start the offense over.
A long rebound. Nobody was out in the perimeter except for UA players.
Eskivitz gives it over to Shanley. Shanley goes baseline, and he misses. Gets his own follow rebound. Goes up. He's rejected. Gets it again. Goes up. And the foul! Danny Shanley pumps his fist. What a big play by Danny Shanley.
That's a very big play. That was his 3rd try at the same shot. And the first 2, he was rejected. A little contact, not enough to warrant a foul. But on the 3rd one, he gets the foul and he hits.
46-42 our score here. Danny Shanley now will take the free throw attempt. Danny Shanley, a big play right before the timeout. His free throw's up, rattles in and out. So the Aces catch a break. Shanley has 17 on the day. As Alter gets the ball. Alter crosses over, goes left, over Kudari, no good. Air ball rebounded by Shanley.
That was forced. That was forced. He did not even have good penetration there. There was no reason to put up that shot. He could have taken it right out or dished it to somebody else.
Katz gives it over to Siegel. Siegel to the right wing, finds Katz. Back to Siegel. Siegel right back to Katz. Swings it around to Eskivitz. Eskivitz now, cross-court pass. Siegel down low to Shanley. Shanley pump fake, goes up. It's up and good. And Danny Shanley is having a field day right now.
Such good fundamental basketball because he knew they had to respect his 10-foot jumper from the baseline. So he used a little pump fake, then dribbles to his left.
Danny Shanley, 18 points on the night, and Def Feiger comes right back with a scoop. So it's 48-44. Feiger has 11. Shanley has 18, and every time he touches the ball, MVP chants out of the YICC fans. 5:45 left, YICC by 4 with 5:42 left in the game. Siegel gets the ball, gives it over to Katz. Katz has the ball. He's going to slow it up. He sets up the offense. Gives it over to Siegel. Siegel finds Chaim Katz. Katz swings it around. Goes to the top of the key, finds Eskevitz left corner. Eskevitz spots up a wild shot and hits it. Did he get lucky, Adam, or what?
That's the sort of shot that if he had missed it, we'd be the first to say that he shouldn't have taken the shot. Once it goes in, not much to say.
Meanwhile, the other way around, Eskevitz tips the ball out of bounds, and Bobby Weiss will check in the game. He's going to come in for Dvorin, and Bitterman's going to come into the game for Alter. So they're going to go back to that lineup that brought them back from 16-5 and try to see if they could spark some energy right now, trailing by 6 with 5:13 left. The inbound pass is intercepted by Siegel, and YICC now gets the ball. YICC needs to push. They're up by 6, trying to increase this lead to 8 or maybe even 9. 50-44 our score. Siegel to the right wing, gives it over to Katz. Katz swings it back to Siegel. Siegel dribbles to his left, all the way around to Eskevitz. Eskevitz now finds Chaim Katz. Katz at the top of the key, gives it over to Siegel, the right wing. Siegel picks up his dribble and gives it to Kudari. Kudari will dribble to his right and reset the offense. YICC just moving the ball superb right now. Kudari, Siegel for 3. Good, no good. Rebounded by Weisberg. Weisberg gives it over to Feiger. Feiger will push. 4:35 left. Feiger gets a screen right, goes to the basket, he'll reset. Feiger now thinks about a 3, goes over to Weisberg. Weisberg, 18-footer, no good. Rebounded by Shanling. Shanling gives it over to Katz. Katz will push it up for the Panthers. Down-court pass to Kudari. Kudari goes up. The layup's up and good. The lead is now 8 for YICC, 52-44.
Coach, I'm sorry, Coach Braun is now going to call a timeout, and he has to, because that was pure laziness on the part of Ida Crown. They just did not get back. As Kudari now has 17 points, they just did not get back on defense. And just loafing down the court. Kudari's just behind the pack. He hustled down the court. Nobody else did. It's an easy 2 points, and that extends the lead to 8, and it's at a killer time for Ida Crown because there's 4:17 to go. Let's go down to Eitan for a second.
Coach Wennick reminding his YICC squad on the sideline, saying they're playing great, but he reminded them there's a lot of time left. 4 minutes and 17 seconds, enough time to come back. He reminded them to keep on doing what they do, fundamental basketball. He stressed there's a lot of time left to play.
And listen, if you have a chance you're Ida Crown, you have a wide open look for 3, you take the 3. But if you don't want to see Zev Feiger now come down the court and throw up a 3-pointer, then it's ill-advised. Work the offense, try to get yourself a good high percentage shot. There's a lot of time left.
Goldman gets the screen, gives it over to Alter. Alter, who checked back in the game. There's going to be a foul on the play. Off the ball, Siegel gets called for holding Goldman. Excuse me, gets called for pushing Goldman. And that's his 4th foul. The team's 7, so Goldman now will go to the line for 1-on-1. So if you're Aces, this is what you want. You want an opportunity to score and have the clock stay where it's at, as Ari Henless will check into the game for Siegel. So the Aces need to take advantage of this situation right now.
Siegel with 4 fouls. If you look where Goldman is setting up to take his free throws, he sets up to the left of the free throw line.
As Goldman's shot bounces in, very interesting action now that you point that out. Most people stand directly in front of the rim. He stands to the left of it. I guess his follow through goes right. Or maybe he knows the wind in this gymnasium, something that we don't know, as he misses the 2nd free throw. So 52-45, Katz gives it over. The ball's tipped out of bounds by Bitterman, and YICC will inbound the ball. Katz has made a few ill-advised shots, which is a little surprising because he's been playing real well with the most assists in this tournament out of any player thus far. As Kudari gets the ball. Kudari crosses over Alter and will reset it. Kudari gives it over to Katz, right back to Kudari. Kudari goes to the basket. The right-handed layup is up and in. The lead is now 9 for the YICC Panthers.
That's a classic YICC play right there. They play with the ball up top. All of a sudden, the man cuts.
Meanwhile, the other way, Alter takes a 3-point shot, airballs it. Weissman, a great save, gives it right back. Alter now loses the ball. There'll be a foul on Eskevitz. Alter will go to the line for 2. And the Aces right now, you could start to get that feeling of desperation on the Ida Crown side.
This is not YICC's largest lead. They did lead by 11. It was 16-5. And it only took a few minutes for Ida Crown to come back, so it's not out of reach. As the first free throw is good. But they have to come back, and they have to start playing the game that got them to where they wanted to be. You can't go around and start flinging up 3-pointers just because you want to hit 3-pointers all the time. You have to take high percentage shots as he hits both free throws.
54-47, still a game. This game is far from over. The Aces 57% from the free throw line, while YICC are shooting closer in the 80s or 90s from the free throw line today, so that's been a difference. 54-47. Shanley get the high post, gives it over to Henless. Henless, left wing, dribbles it out, trying to find the cutter, gives it over to Katz. Katz at the top of the key will start off the offense. Katz left wing to Eskivitz. Eskivitz now dribbles to his right, goes baseline for the layup. It's up, no good. Rebounded to Zeph Feiger. Feiger now will push it up for Ida Crown. Feiger going all the way. He's going to slow it down, spins around, and he sets it over to Bitterman. 2:45 left. The Aces need a bucket as Weisberg gets it. Weisberg gives it over to Goldman. Goldman now dribbles his left, crosses over Kudari, spins around, goes up for the layup, and it's going to be a jump ball. Great defense by Eli Kudari. The possession arrow will favor Young Israel, and the Panthers will get the ball.
Now, according to what I've just been handed, it turns out the entire Ida Crown student body is in their gym listening to this broadcast. So we want to thank them all for listening. Welcome to our Ida Crown listeners.
I don't mean to be a pessimist, but you guys better bust out the Tehillim books because it's not looking good from the Max Stern Athletic Center. 54-47, 234. And if there's any team in this tournament that is going to be the hardest to give up a 7-point lead, that's going to be the YICC Panthers.
They're going to just keep the ball 35 feet from the basket as long as they possibly can. So unless you come up and play them and force them to make a play, in which case you're sort of strapping yourself on the defensive end, you're sort of shorthanding yourself, they're not going to do anything with it.
Eskivitz gets the ball across the midcourt. He picks it up and gives it over to Katz. A little pressure by the Aces right now. Henless has it to the left, goes to the high post, gives it over to Kudari. Kudari will start it over. 2:20 left. Eli Kudari dribbles the ball, gives it over to Chaim Katz. Katz feeling the pressure right now. Great footwork as he gives it over to Henless. Henless dribbles to his right now, goes baseline, the layup's up, no good, rebounded by Kudari. And the Panthers will reset.
That's very tough. Can't give them second opportunities in these possessions. That last one was 25 seconds.
Chaim Katz now gives it over to Shamling. We're under 2 to play in this championship game as the Panthers lead by 7. Katz dribbling to his right. He dribbles down to his left, spins around Kirshner, gives it over to Shanley. Shanley pumps face, down low to Kudari, and Kudari mishandles the pass. The ball goes out of bounds as Ari Henless goes diving into the bench trying to save it. So the Aces a good defensive stats as Bitterman now will check into the game for Kirshner.
Now they're going to come back. They need a score on this possession. That last possession by Young Israel Century City was about 45 seconds long.
1:40 left in the game, 54-47. Bitterman down low to Weisberg. Weisberg gives it over to Goldman. Goldman gets a screen by Weisberg, finds Bitterman at the left corner. Bitterman down low to Weisberg, layups up and in. The lead down to 5. There's a ray of light right now. Defensive chant right now by the Aces. Ari Henless may have gotten away with a travel right there. 54-49. Eskivitz has the ball, spins around his defender, goes to the basket, down low to Henless. Henless's layup's up, no good. Rebounded by Kudari, and the ball gets stripped, but Kudari gets it right back. 1:08 left. Kudari finds a cutting Henless. Rejected by Goldman. Unbelievable play. The Aces will push the other way. Here come the Aces. Under a minute to play. Goldman with the biggest rejection of his life. As Feiger down low to Weisberg. Gets it. The layup's up and in. They're down by 3. I don't believe it. 54-51. And there's going to be a timeout call by the Ida Crown Aces. Unbelievable turn of events, Adam.
Well, Goldman makes a huge play on the defensive end and then comes in with a nice assist back on the offensive end. Weisberg is right there. Weisberg has been quiet all afternoon, but 2 huge points on that last possession.
I'll tell you, if Ida Crown wins, it's because they busted out the Tehillim like I told them to do. You guys better keep reading it fast, because something's happening that changed differently. They're down by 3 with 49 seconds left, and everyone is on their feet right now in this gymnasium. 54-51, Panthers up by 3. Shamling will inbound the ball. Shamling gives it over to Eskivitz. Eskivitz gives it over to Shanley. Shanley will cross midcourt. He goes all the way coast to coast, gives over to Kudari. Kudari will slow it down. Kudari gives over to Chaim Katz. Katz to Eskivitz now. Eskivitz gives over to Ari Henless. 35 seconds left to play. They may have to foul as YICC is moving the ball around and Eskivitz gets fouled. And Eskivitz is going to go to the line. And Eskivitz looked at his teammate and said, "Don't worry, I got this." He looks real confident to go to the free throw line. 31 seconds left. This is a penalty, so it's 2 shots for Eskivitz right now. Everyone is on their feet cheering. A very loud gymnasium. Eskivitz's first free throw attempt is up, and no good. He missed the first free throw. There is still hope for the Aces. 54-51. The Panthers have 2 timeouts left, and Ida Crown have 0 timeouts left. Eskovitz's next free throw attempt is up. No good. Rebounded by. The ball gets tipped around. Ari Henless gets it. I don't believe it. Henless gets it right back, and YICC is going to call a timeout. They catch a lucky break, and just when the Ida Crown Aces couldn't ask for anything else, Eskovitz, the best free throw shooter on the YICC Panthers, misses both free throw attempts. All they need to do is get the rebound, and Kudari and Shanley tip the ball all the way back behind midcourt. Then they call a timeout. They have a job now to inbound the ball to the person they want shooting the free throw. Oh my, Adam, oh my.
Yeah, and if you are Ida Crown right now, you have to deny the ball to Ari Hendelis. That's very important. Do not let Hendelis be the one who catches this inbound pass, because he'll go to the line and he'll hit 2 shots and he'll put you in a hole that you might not get out of.
Eskovitz will inbound the ball for the YICC Panthers from the far left side of this gymnasium. Everyone is on their feet. 54-51, Eskovitz inbounds the ball, gives it over to Kudari. Kudari now gets fouled by Kirshner, and Elliot Kudari, the man who the YICC Panthers have been relying on all year, will go to the line for 2, and these are going to be his 2 biggest free throw attempts he's going to have in his career, if you ask me. Championship game, over 1,000 people in this gymnasium, thousands of people listening worldwide, 24 seconds left. This could put the game away. Kudari, 8 for 8 today. His first free throw attempt's up. No good! I don't believe it. Kudari misses his first free throw attempt. It's unreal. Unreal. 54-51.
As Bitterman in the game now checks in.
Kudari's next free throw attempt's up. Good. So the lead is now 4. 55-51. The Aces need a push. 55-51, under 20 to left. Bitterman goes down low to Weisberg, and there's going to be a kick ball call on YICC, and they get a lucky break because Weisberg was wide open for that layup.
Bitterman's in the game for 2 reasons. A, he can shoot. B, Feiger doesn't have to be the point guard. He can be a shooting guard.
Weisberg now inbounds the ball. It's intercepted by Kudari, and the ball, Kudari now gives over to Katz. The ball stolen now by Alter. Goes up. It's in. 8 seconds left. I don't believe it. Shanley now gets it. They need a foul, and they're fouled. 4 seconds left. 55-53. I don't believe it. Let me just recap what just happened. There were 12 seconds left, and the Aces threw the ball away. Kudari then wanted to get the ball to a guard. The guard had it. At Chaim Katz, it was Chaim Katz. The ball got stolen. Alter went up for the layup. Off the inbound pass, there was almost another steal. Gets the foul, though. There's 4 seconds left. Ida Crown have no timeouts left. 55-53. Ari Henless is going to the line for 2. 2 will sink it. 1 will make it a 3-point game.
And they're not putting anybody on the line. They're going to let Ida Crown get this rebound for free.
The free throw attempt's up and good. Ari Henless just so comfortable right now. He's just smiling right now. It's 56-53. Right.
I think the wrong player did shoot that free throw. I think they fouled Kudari.
No shot.
And they may call it. I wonder what they'll do here. I think they fouled Kudari. And
unbelievable.
We'll have to find out what the rule is. Whether or not that it's an automatic technical foul, I don't know.
Unbelievable. The wrong shooter shot it.
Let's go down to Eitan Bednarsh.
Yeah, the ref just told the YICC coach that technically he would be able to call a technical foul on YICC right then. They are not calling the technical in this spot.
Did he say why? We don't know why. Instead, here we go. Chaim Katz on the line, and he'll shoot the 2.
Chaim Katz will go to line, so the shot is nullified. Chaim Katz first free throw attempts up and no good.
This is unbelievable, and we'll see if Ida Crown can do anything with it. Now remember, 4.5 seconds is a lot of time. They don't have to throw up a shot from half court here. They can take it all the way down and get a good shot.
A substitution in the game now. 55-53. YICC is going to set up their defense. Chaim Katz, I don't know why there was no technical foul call. The wrong guy, I mean, they deliberately have the wrong guy there. You know who was fouled. You know who should go to the line. There should have been a technical foul. Ida Crown out of the ball. Katz, second free throw attempts up. No good. Here they go. They're going to push it. Alter gets it. 2 seconds. 1 second. Good if it goes. No! It goes in and out off the back iron, and YICC wins the championship. I don't believe it. If that shot goes in, this place goes nuts. The YICC fans storm the court.